you, Bertha. And ironically, it was a conversation that we had about women business in October, that you mentioned goal setting. And I don't remember exactly how you described it, but I remembered it was very unique. So can you get in and describe a little bit about your approach to goals?
Sure, absolutely. So as I mentioned in my intro, I always talk about closing the gap between goal setting and goal achievement. And a little bit of our behind the scenes chatter, we were talking about, making sure that those habits stick, because we all want to do things, but do we actually do the work? So part of my process with clients and friends is making sure that we follow a goal planning sheet. And it's really part of the process. Everyone's familiar with SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistically high, and time bound. What I add to that criteria is why, WHY. Making sure that our goals are written is critical. We can't just say that they're in our head, right? It have to be something that we write. Having that connection between our brain to paper is really critical and important in the process of attainment and achievement. The second thing is that they are in alignment, or that they're harmonious. That's what the H represents. They have to be in alignment with the other things that are in our life, whether it be our personal and our business. We're holistic beings. So we can't say, these are my goals in business, and that they're contradictory to what we want to accomplish in our personal life. They have to be in alignment. They have to be harmonious. And the third one, the letter Y, represents yours. They have to be your goals. You have to be passionate about it. They have to have some type of story that's going to pull you and push you to attaining it. The actual process of achievement in the goal planning process is that you identify that one goal, and the goal has to be structured properly. So the criterion is to help you make sure that it is a goal. The first step is a brain dump. Write down everything that you want to accomplish, your dreams, your ideas, and then you structure it with the Y SMART criterion. Once you have that, you take that one goal and you give it, of course, the time-bound piece, right? You have to make sure that you have a deadline. An affirmation for it. Your affirmation should be written in first person. They should be positive. And it's something that's going to fuel you, whether it's daily, depending on when your goal is due, whether it's every time you're about to achieve it, maybe you're going to work on it. You're going to look at that, that affirmation to fuel you. The other piece of it is looking at the rewards and consequences. What are the rewards for attaining this goal? If I achieve losing these 10 pounds in X time frame, what does that give me? Am I going to feel better? Am I going to be able to, have more energy to play with my children? Am I going to be able to, maybe it's fitting in those clothes that you've been wanting to fit in? Whatever the goal is for you, what is the reward that's gonna fuel you? And then the other side is the consequences. Unfortunately, most people are actually fueled more by avoiding the consequence as opposed to achieving the reward. So what are the consequences of not reaching the goal? So you write out your goal, you have the time date, the timestamp when you want to achieve it by, you have your reward, your consequence, and then you want to write out what are your obstacles to achieving the goal. And we talked about it briefly in the intro. Sometimes it's, losing that fuel. I think it was you who mentioned it, Danelle. Did I say your name right, Danelle? Is it that we lose that impetus, that fuel, the want to do it? I'm getting up on January 1st. Everyone has the resolution, but then a week later, and sometimes even sooner, we lose the fuel, the energy, to make it happen. So you want to write out all your obstacles and then write out the solution to the obstacle. Because when the obstacle presents itself, you will already have your plan B. And then in that line item for your obstacle and its solution, then you also want to see, is there someone that I need to delegate to? Do I need some help in making this step happen? Do I need to learn something? Is there something that I'm missing, so that you can have a really strong plan B for when that obstacle presents itself? And then following through. That's why making sure in the Y criterion that it's your goal, that it's harmonious, that it has a story behind it, and then you'll fuel you to make it happen. You got to be consistent, looking at it, writing it down, and you'll be able to achieve your goals.
Excellent. Yeah, it was that why piece that I had never heard before. That's very unique.